in regards to like you and Birdman's future business y'all got going on, is there ever gonna be a Baller Blocking 2?
I hope that it's Baller Blocking 2, yo. We was gonna use it was almost came together. It was NBA Youngboy. God bless. He just got arrested though the other day.
Yeah,
I think he's done.
You think so?
I think NBA Youngboy's done.
I don't think NBA is done just because he again, one of the things that like you possess about yourself that I see in again NBA Youngboy and a lot of these other independent artists is he's independent. Who's really controlling this man?
No, you're not. I think you're listening to reply. You're not listening to comprehend.
Go ahead.
You're talking about business. I'm talking about the case. From the case that they got. Oh, he already got a gun case that he's fighting. He's on when you're on bail. You can't get into no trouble, even if it's a mistake.
Yeah.
And from what they said, that he was running a pharmaceutical ring.
Yeah.
That he had women who was working for him going to get prescription drugs. The car got towed, and they had he was on the phone pretending to be something. Now these, I don't know, it's factual.
These are all allegations.
Allegations,
allegedly.
But they arrested him with no bail.
Yeah.
And I could tell you this: when they arrest you with no bail, that's the worst thing.
I mean, they got something on you.
They got something on you. So it's supposed to be NBA Youngboy. It was gonna be Drake. It's gonna be Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Hold
up.
You can't just drop the names like that.
Yeah, Baller Blocking 2 was gonna be insane.
Damn.
Listen to me, Baller Blocking 2. I got the script.
Yeah.
I carry the script everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Baller Blocking 2 was about to be insane.
So,
and they kept me on because believe it or not, I got shot in that movie.
Yep, the first one.
So it's gonna be like, I really didn't die, and all that kind of stuff. Me and Baby was in jail, and I am a chief officer, but Baby's son was in the streets. And even though I'm a chief officer, my son is a cop.
Yeah.
And him and Baby's son is going at it on the streets, like it's that type of competition. And Baby's giving his son game, and I'm giving my son game on how to move and capture Baby's son and crime and all that kind of stuff. But I think in the movie, my son gets caught up too. He gets caught up in the streets and all that. It was about to be fire.
Yeah.
So, but the only thing I wanted to do, I wanted to be like. Denzel Washington Training Day. Like I explained to him, I didn't want to wear no suit and tie. I had to have on the New Orleans baseball cap, a nice leather jacket, some jeans, the gun on my hip, gun on my ankle. I wanted to, but I wanted love scenes in my movie.
You wanted to be
yeah, I want to be like Richard Roundtree and Shaft, because see what y'all
having for your brand.
What y'all haven't seen in the movie industry in years? See, back in the 70s, black men was having sex in movies.
Yeah.
We got all the women.
Right.
We were strong black men, D-I-C-N-K women down. And over the years, it went from dark, strong black men like Jim Brown, Richard Roundtree, these type of guys, to soft men, with curls in their hair, with looking more like a woman than a woman. So all the young women like this young lady and women who are still women are looking for a strong man. There's no actual role models in movies that a man is strong.
Yeah.
It's you don't see it. Then you see how television has changed, and this goes to how ignorant. So watch this. I was telling this on Facebook about how we need more TV shows for African-American men and women, because we don't have shows like we had in the 90s. You had the shows with the mother and father in the house, with the Shirley Urkel. You had Bill Cosby. You had the kids going to college.
Yeah.
You don't see none of that now. So somebody said to me on my Instagram that TK Martin comes on every day. And I said, yo, those are reruns.
There you go.
I'm talking about brand new shows, not a rerun. If you're watching black people on BT and all these other networks, it's not now. This stuff happened in the 90s.
Right.
And they need to, so Hollywood has pushed us out so slowly that you don't see what has happened.
Yeah.
Right? But guess what they will greenlight? A slave movie, a movie that will always remind you that you was a slave. To me, that's Hollywood's agenda. They'll say, okay, we're going to let you think that you're doing X, Y, and Z, but every now and then we're going to remind you that you was a slave, that your people was a slave. And guess what? Again, you go support the movie because what people say, we got to know our history.
Yeah.
We got, we going. But you go in there and you get programmed again.
Subconsciously,
to walk out mad again, to dislike white people again, when you already knew before you went into that movie that you was going to be bad. You already knew when you went in that movie it was going to be some sexual assault on your child. You already knew that the plantation owner was going to rape a woman or your mother. You know, or you're going to see a black man get whipped. The only thing that movie did this year is they put a musical in it. They made people sing in the movie.
You talking about the Color Purple joint?
Color Purple. They made people sing. So they sang to camouflage what's, you sing, you don't really see what's going on, right? Oh, all that singing, they can sing.
Yeah.
But you're really not seeing the hidden story of what's really popping. And that's what I tell people, don't support slave movies, you know, because it's gonna be subliminally remind you that you was a slave, and that's just me.
No, I agree, TK, because a lot of times I believe, like, again, when we're watching these films and even the music that we got out here, it's really to subvert you. You know, it's just to subvert your mind to not even think of yourself as a positive character, a positive black man, positive black woman out here. So it's one of these things that just, again, railroad us into these into jails. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
because music has changed. Like, music has really... Like, again, you don't think that, like I said, we talked about being programmed, being depressed. A lot of people been programmed thinking they're a gangster.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of people, you don't see it. People will argue with you and say, nah, T, you wrong, but you got to have accountability. And I'm saying what I mean. Even though you're programmed, you got to know you shouldn't pick up a gun and shoot nobody. Then you still, as a man, when you're doing a song, still got to be careful what comes out of your mouth because somebody is going to listen to it. Do you know I just found out yesterday that Rakim never cursed in none of his songs?
You serious?
Never cursed. But it sounded like he was so good, it sounded like he was using profanity.
Yeah.
And Rakim never cursed on any of his songs.
You think that was intentional?
Oh, absolutely. See, because before NWA, everybody was doing conscious rap.
Yeah.
You know, because you couldn't get on the radio. See, if you used profanity, you wasn't getting on the radio, you wasn't getting airplay. NWA changed the game.
Yeah.
NWA, they said, forget radio play. And sold millions of records. They were strictly word of mouth.